Happy Halloween! This is my final video in my 31 movies of Halloween, and so my final suggestion to you is going to be my favorite movie, my favorite horror movie, The Exorcist from 1973. Now, I'm sure you all have heard of this film. Whether or not you liked it, you have got to admit that it made an impact. The movie starred Ellen Burstyn, Max von Sydow, Jason Miller, and a young Linda Blair as Regan McNeil. This is one of the best openings in film, period. Especially in a horror movie. And as I say, there are very few films that make me feel uncomfortable afterwards. After the movie's done, there's very few films that make me feel scared. But The Exorcist is definitely one of them. Because this is why now, as an adult, I will not play with the Ouija board. Okay, make fun of me, mock me, that's fine, that's cool. Because it's stupid, it's just a board game. However, all I can hear is Captain Howdy.
Captain who?
Captain Howdy.
And no, I just don't, no. I don't play with the devil and all that. Listen, you can call me crazy. I don't care. I'm not messing with it. Regan's parents are divorced and Regan's birthday is coming up. She's a young girl. And when you look into the film and the lore and the theories, it's very interesting. Definitely check that out when you get a chance. Well, one day, little Regan starts acting weird, saying rude things to her party guests and coming out and peeing on the carpet like a puppy. It's a little more awkward when your daughter comes out and does it, you know. Things get worse for the McNeil family. Regan is misbehaving. If you have seen Terrifier 3, which I have seen a similarity between this and Terrifier 3, and the only difference is Victoria had a shard of mirror and Regan had a crucifix. But going back to Regan, one of the reasons this film really made an impact is because this is 1973. To have a child depict that happening is very uncomfortable for many people. Nowadays, it's Hollywood, right? But things progress worse and worse until one day, Chris is like, I gotta talk to this boxing priest over there. Him right there. I'm gonna talk to him because my daughter's possessed. I need some help. And of course, there's this whole thing that the Catholic Church has to go through in order to approve an exorcism. And so that's something else that's really terrifying. Like, how do you fight something so ancient and evil? It's pretty much tradition in my household to watch The Exorcist for Halloween. If you want that old school horror movie vibe, definitely watch The Exorcist from 1973. Good versus evil, plain and simple as that. And as I have said before, that this made an impact in movie making history, whether or not you like the film. One of my favorite things about it is it's very eerie and subtle in many scenes. And some scenes not so subtle. Some scenes are absolutely in your face, horrific. There's a big difference when you get older and you see these things in movies. It's like, ooh, why would you let your kid be in this? She turned out okay eventually. I think she had some hardships and some things to go through when she was younger, Linda Blair, but she turned out great. I like her. She does a lot of stuff for rescue animals and pit bulls and things like that. So I love her as a human being. This movie is forever in my top 3 of horror movies. And again, if I have to pick one, it's gonna be The Exorcist. One of the scariest scenes in any movie I've ever seen is that scene where Damien is dreaming. He's in this big city. His mother, his elderly mother, it looks like she's calling for him. She turns away. She's walking into the subway and he's running after her, calling for her, but she's not turning around. And that feels like an actual dream. You have that despair and that guilt and all those terrible feelings that you get from a nightmare. But the thing that really gives me nightmares, that damn Pazuzu face. That thing pops up out of nowhere. I hate it and love it at the same time. I hate it because it creeps me out, but I also love it because of the simplicity, because it was not expected and it was in your face. It's a jump scare, but the good kind. All right, people, so that is my movie suggestion for you. I think I've mentioned before, I love The Exorcist, and I'm sure it's been recommended on many a movie lists. And so I didn't bring anything new to the table other than my own love for it. Everybody loves it for their own reason. I love it because it's the first horror movie I remember watching as a kid, and I think it pretty much harbors all the feelings that you want to get from a horror movie. So thank you and happy Halloween. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go watch The Exorcist and get scared. Then you're gonna come back, this movie sucks, this movie's not scary, I can't believe you recommended this, so lame. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, I really do. Have a good day, bye.
The blood of the new and everlasting covenant, the mystery of faith.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.